dun, 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 dun.
Breaking news. Zargons have invaded Earth. I repeat, Zargons have invaded. God.
It's been 2 weeks since Jimmy's breakdown. I don't ever think we're gonna see him again. Jimmy!
Hey guys.
Where did you go?
I'm back.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Anyway, Lord Zargon has demanded that humans explain their reasons for their acts of war and terrorism, or else we face termination. Hold on. We're getting some never-before-seen footage of some Zargons. Let's look at that. Look at the size of that Zargon. I hear he gets startled very easily. Oh, get him! Well, that was crazy, right, Jimmy? Anyway, we have Todd here interviewing our great 28th President of the United States, Woodrow Wilson. Todd?
He's over here. Let's go. Mr. President.
1 second.
Mr. President, what do you think of the rising Zargons?
Who? Dear Zargons, if anyone knows war, it would be me. I was only a young boy during the Civil War when my mother tended the wounded Confederate soldiers. Being the 28th president, I had many important decisions to make. One of them was when I was leading the Americans into World War I. Ever since I was elected, peace has been my main objective. I made it clear the goal was to vindicate the principles of peace and justice in the life of the world. The only reason I entered into World War I was so the world can be safe for democracy. I helped create the Treaty of Versailles and also helped construct the League of Nations. I also proposed 14 points to the Congress, 8 points treating territorial issues and 5 others, 6 concerning general peace. There are many, many others that share my thoughts of world peace. Therefore, I plead to you to let us live.
Thank you, Mr. President. So inspiring.
We have Todd with us again now, interviewing the great Prime Minister of Britain, Winston Churchill. Todd?
He's in there. Let's go. Mr. Prime Minister, what do you think of the Zargon invasion?
Why don't we talk about it outside after I finish using the loo? I was born on November 30th, 1874, and I died on January 24th, 1965.
But,
I resigned.
sir, you're
Yeah.
still alive.
No. I became a member of Parliament in 1908. However, during World War I, after the disastrous Battle of Gallipoli, I resigned. I joined the military army and commanded a battalion of soldiers. However, I was most memorable for my contributions during World War II. During that time, I gradually became a leading advocate for British rearmament. And on May 10th, King George VI appointed me as Prime Minister and Minister of Defense. I worked closely with Roosevelt and Stalin to end Hitler's campaign and to end the suffering of those he punished. During the Cold War, however, I made my famous Iron Curtain speech. In it, I warned everyone of the threat that the Soviets posed on Europe. However, throughout all this, I enacted many social and political reforms to better improve the lives of my people. Therefore, I believe that the Zargons should not destroy the human population because, like me, there are many good people in this world. Thank you.
Very fascinating. Now we have Steve interviewing the last leader of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev.
I think it went this way.
Mr. Gorbachev, is that you?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the Zargons threatening to destroy humanity?
Come with me.
Yes, sir.
I was born on March 2nd, 1931 in Privylny. My parents were peasants, so I had to rise up through the communist government. In 1980, I became a full member of the Politburo. I was then elected General Secretary of the communist government. And from then, I enacted Glasnost and Perestroika. Glasnost, which is my most famous accomplishment, is a more free society, much like capitalistic the US. And Perestroika is economic reform. I also tried to improve the USSR's relations with the US and Ronald Reagan, a deep friend of mine. On March 15, 1990, I was elected President of the Soviet Union. From then, I was accredited with ending the Cold War, especially after I withdrew Afghanistan troops. I was then given the Nobel Peace Prize in October 15, 1990, for ending the Cold War. I also led to the collapse of the USSR, which was a corrupt system of oppression.
Thanks, Steve.
Guys, I have a confession to. Oh my god!